your favorite paper craft and why? Welcome, this is Barbara from Vienna, Austria, and this is your channel for vintage inspired art. So we are going to tackle prompt number 13. What is your favorite paper craft and why? As always, this prompt list is linked in the description box below. And if you try some of these prompts, it would be awesome if you could post them. If you have an Instagram account, if you could post them under hashtag 49 Dragonfly Summer 2020. You can also see lots of posts on that hashtag already. I love seeing everything you guys have created so far. It's so fun to see what everyone comes up with. So have a look and keep posting because it's very inspiring for everyone else to see what others have done. So I don't have an actual journal yet, as you might know. So far I have this part here, which I'm going to declare as one signature. If you missed how I've done any of these spreads and are interested in watching those, I have linked my playlist down below for you. Last time in my junk journal, in my future junk journal, we made this fabulous folder trying to follow a tutorial by Joey DeFee, which was a lot of fun. So you will find that video linked in the description box below. So now it's time to start a new signature. So I'm gonna put this to the side. And just as a reminder, I'm gonna make a cover once I feel that I have enough signatures. So, and I'm also trying to use some of my beautiful Happy Mail items that I've been hoarding for months and months and months. This is another one of those beautiful papers. Look at this. Wow. And these are also actually fun, these chairs. But of course, the mushrooms, wow, wow, wow. And now, especially as we are very rapidly approaching September and fall, I think this is perfect to kind of get into the mood. So it also has a great size. So if I fold this, you will see, sorry, you couldn't see. You will see here that it's actually perfect for my future junk journal. So I'm just going to fold this up. And that's going to be our page for today. And we're just gonna work on one of these pages, not sure which one yet. So I'm going to obviously be writing something today. And I thought maybe a fun way to include some writing would be by making a foldable tag and then including the writing in that. I've never done that. Let's just give it a try. So I have some some vintage music sheets here, which have also come in Happy Mail. And I have this die. This is one of the Tim Holtz tag dies, and I will link those for you below. This is the second to largest size. And what I'm going to attempt to do is to fold my paper first. And then I'm gonna put it in the machine like this, meaning I'm not actually going to cut the edge where the fold is, so that I will actually have a foldable tag. Does that make sense? And if you don't have a die cut machine or you don't have a die tag, a tag die, then all you do is you cut one by hand. Basically, you fold your paper first and then you just draw your tag shape and you don't cut on that side where you fold it and you have a foldable tag. So very easy as well. But since I have this tag die, I want to use it and I will do that and I will be right back to show you what that looks like. I just ran this through, so let's see if this worked at all. So just so you see how I actually put it there. Oh, it's falling apart now. Do you see here? This edge should not be cut because I put it very close to the edge, but not over it. And I attached it with some washi. So hopefully this worked. Oops, it's tearing where the washi is. That's not good. Okay, it should be okay. Actually, I should know better. Using washi on vintage paper, of course it can stick. I know better than that. So don't do that. Please learn from my mistakes. Don't do that. Ta-da! It worked! How cute is that? I love it. Should we do one by hand so that you see that it works just as well? Why don't we do that? Let's do one by hand. Maybe we can even make it a little bit bigger. So I don't have a ruler here right now, so I'm just going to use my plate from my die cut machine. So I'll make it a little bit bigger, meaning I'm just gonna extend where I already cut. And then let's make it about this high. And let's make it this wide. Let's cut this out. So far we have just like a booklet. And then let's just make it really easy. Let's just snip off one corner, turn it around, put it on the other corner. There we go. And to finish it off, we'll put the hole in it. And there's the same thing. So, of course, this is cool because you can vary the width however you want. You're not limited to whatever your tag die is. So, I have two of these now. Awesome. I'm going to ink everything up with my vintage photo. Next, we need a little space to write because there's not a lot of space to write here. So I figure let's take some coffee dyed paper, or let's cut first a piece kind of like this, just leaving out the top part where I have the cuts, and I'm just gonna cut that right there. I have this stripped now. And now I just want to fold it, kind of like a, what do you call it, harmonica? Do you say that? I don't know. So I'll fold it upon itself back and forth, because knowing myself, I'm gonna write more than goes on just one small piece of paper. Okay, we have 3 now. That should be enough, definitely. So I'm going to just mark where I need to cut it. Okay, so now we have this. I've already inked up all the edges with my vintage photo as well. So I want to put this down like this, and then we have this. So maybe I will first write what I want to write, and then we will attach it and see what else we will do. Obviously, my favorite paper craft is junk journaling, which is why I'm so passionate about my channel and sharing this love with you. So I'm gonna write about it a little bit, and then I will let you in on what I wrote, and we will continue from there. Let me read you quickly what I wrote. So, what is your favorite paper craft and why? I love junk journaling so much because I get bored easily doing similar things, and I constantly need new things to try. Junk journaling is so versatile, and I love that I can throw anything at it, from painting to drawing, from writing to stamping, gluing, and tearing. I can add pockets and tuck spots, envelopes and belly bands, scraps, fabric, lace, and buttons. The only limit is my imagination. I can create something simple within minutes or play with something more intricate for hours. It will suit any need I have or mood I might be in. It's the perfect playground for experimenting and enjoying my love for paper. Also, over the months and years, I see a development in my style and I am constantly refining my skills. I learn new techniques all the time because we all inspire each other. My taste has changed over the years and I'm so happy to look back at old journals and think, wow, that was horrible, because it means I have improved. So now it's time to glue this on, and I'm wondering if I should glue it on just the 3 sides to make this a pocket. Is there any point in that? Probably not really, because I don't think I can really stick anything in there. Like, it would be a cool secret pocket, but I don't have a secret message for myself actually at the moment. So I think I'm just going to glue this on, like the whole back side. Just going to use my glue stick for this. Okay, so we have this secret writing spot. What do we do with the rest? Obviously, we're going to have to decorate this. This is my ephemera book that I made. I do have a video tutorial on this. If you're interested, I will link that in the description box as well. So let me see if I have anything in here that I could add, maybe for some collaging on these tags. And actually, I'm kind of inspired by these mushrooms. So why don't we do something mushroomy? And I believe I have a pocket here with some mushroom items. Yep, here we go. So let's see what I can use from here. These are, so I think most of these are copies from vintage books that I have. And actually that would be really cool. Both this one and this one. We will need more than one because we have 1, 2, 3 sides actually that we need to decorate. So that would be 2. This one is so cute. I mean, it's too big. Oh, but maybe we could make a pocket with this. Look how cute this is. This was sent to me also in a happy mail, obviously from a children's vintage book. This is so adorable. So maybe I can do something with this. These are gonna be too big. Oh, I do also have this washi, which was also sent to me. That would also be really cute. So maybe I should use that as well. These are all too big. I could, of course, cut something like this out. This is again from the washi. You know what? I never used these washes. I've had them for quite a while. So why don't we do that? I have inked around these with my vintage photo, but since I have printed them on white paper, I think I also want to distress them a little bit with my tea dye and this different type of blending brush to get rid of all the white. If you can't find these locally, I am also adding a link in the description box for a set of these as well. I'm so happy. Obviously, I have had years and years without having one and I didn't know what I was missing. This is the one of the tools where I must say, like, how did I survive so long without it? Because for flat embossing, for flat distressing, this is just perfect because of the softness. Whereas if I would do the same thing with this one, I would get streaks everywhere and it really wouldn't look nice. So I really, really appreciate this brush. So on the front, I think we need the red one. And I also want to add some reinforcement rings here. So I have these that I have just gone over with the vintage photo. They were white. So you can do this with any color you want. You could even color them with markers. They are just great, and I think they add such a nice touch to any tag. And I want to keep it super simple, so I'm going to see what washi tapes I have that I could use as backgrounds. Maybe I show you my drawers, my drawer with washi's. I try not to have more than fit in this drawer. And I want to use them now because when they get old, something weird happens with the glue and then you can't tear them off without completely tearing it. So just a reminder, use your washi, don't just hoard it. They do go stale, in quotes, stale. And then you can't use them anymore and then you're gonna cry. So there's some here that I've had for a while and they're almost gone, but I don't want to use the rest because I love them so much. I wish I could link these for you, but the links I had don't work any longer. These were both from AliExpress. They're absolutely gorgeous. So do I use them? I should take my own advice, right? I should use them. So let's do that. And I have this one with some like dates. This one came in the Sora Ahsan stationery bento box. That's a long word. And it's fabulous. Then I'll use a bit of this grid washi. Can never go wrong with grid washi. Maybe one more up here. I have this cute butterfly one. Don't remember where this one is from. Now I feel like I have to balance that on the bottom. And of course we need a third one. That works for me, so I will just glue this down. I'll show you in a moment, closer up. But I think we also need to add a sentiment. I have this set of Big Chat stickers from Tim Holtz. I'm also linking these for you below. And I'm going to use the stickers B and yourself, because being yourself is what we can be in our journals. Whatever we feel like we can do. And so I think that's a great sentiment for this prompt. So this is the front side of our double tag. Very easy and quick to do. So now let's do the back side. I don't know yet how I'm gonna put this on my page, so I'll just do a back side and then we'll see if we'll actually see the back side. Just to switch it up a bit, I'm going to add some scraps. But this is also actually a washi. Is that weird? Is that weird to have her peeking out behind the mushroom? I don't know. I don't know. I can't decide. Do you also feel so good when you use up your scraps? I think it's a great feeling. But I also always feel that I make more scraps than I use. It's like a never-ending story. There, that's it. That's all it needs. 2 simple pieces of scraps. And we have a gorgeous background. And on the back, I don't think we need a sentiment. So that's the back. Super quick. And now on the inside, let's do one more here. I could just use the one that's already cut out. Perfect. I will ink around it. I'm not sure it needs anything else. No, I don't think it does. Nope, I'm not feeling it. Let's just put this on. There. And I also want to close it with something that I could easily untie again if I want to read this. But I do kind of like the idea of closing it somehow. So this is my drawer of ribbons that I have nicely organized. I have KonMari'd them. If you want to see how I did that, I will link that video for you as well, so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, I think it would be nice to have something that would bring out the red here. So what options do I have? I could either do like a red and white baker's twine. That would be cute and easy to open. I do like that. Is there anything else? Oh, I have this one with the white polka dots, which would of course also be very nice, but it might be too much. Then the mushroom might kind of disappear because this is so dominant dominant because it's so red. So maybe we'll first give the baker's twine a try. Seems to have just about the right size. Just tying a simple bow here. Yes, I do like that. Anything else would just be too much for this palish red mushroom. And now what we need is something to put it in. And the question is, do we put it on the mushroom page? Yeah, I think it needs to go on the mushroom page. So we have this here. I don't want to cover up too much of the mushrooms with a pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this with some cardstock. Maybe I can find some that I don't love that can kind of disappear behind here. I found this journaling card, and I have so many of these, and I think this will be fine. And I'm going to use my art glitter glue and not my glue stick because this piece here is so fragile and I've already torn it in several places while I was inking it. So I want to be very gentle with it. Yeah, see? I even manage with the art glitter glue to tear it, but we will fix it. Okay, maybe we won't fix it. Nobody will know. We'll keep this between us, okay? Nobody will know in the end. I will ink around it and it'll look perfect. So here it is, all cut out. And I'm going to glue it down like a tuck spot, and I will just glue here and on the bottom. Now we can put our tag inside. Like that. If you look at this mushroom image more closely, you see these cute children underneath are hiding from something, so they are scared. So I thought maybe a good sentiment to put on here that will also work with our prompt would be the words "don't be afraid," as in don't be afraid to work in your journal, to use your journal. Don't be afraid to try new things, because not everything has to be perfect. I make mistakes all the time. Worst case, you tear it out, or if you're doing it like me, you just don't include it in your journal, because I don't have a journal yet. So there's always a way to fix things. That is what this "don't be afraid" stands for. And I've stamped it with my beloved clickable alphabet stamps, which I've linked for you below as well. And I used my Ranger Jet Black archival ink, which I have also linked for you. So now I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to have the words separate because it is too long. They're actually quite big. Should have used my roller stamp, which has much smaller letters, but I really love these. I love the look of the letters. I love working with these because they're just so easy to put together. I mean the letters, because they, as the name says, they're clickable. So they just click one onto the other, and I really enjoy using these. I've had these for over 2 years now, and they are still by far my favorite alphabet stamps. So this is what it looks like after they are inked up and they are glued down. So this is today's quick and easy page. And finally, I thought as a little treat, I could show you what I mean by writing about looking at your old journals and thinking this was horrible and being happy about it, because that means you have developed. So I thought I would share a little bit of 3 of my very old journals. So this is from 2014. It is actually a vintage book, even though I didn't do any junk journaling in that style yet, but this was a vintage book. I think this even belonged to my grandmother. And these were the times where I was still very much into art journaling. But as you can see, I have a lot of vintage junk journaling elements in here already. I did a lot of writing, I did a lot of experimenting, and obviously I used to think this was great. Now I look at it, and I mean, I still love it because it is, of course, a part of my journey. It's actually pretty much the beginning of my journaling journey. Oh, look, I already put in a doily. I even sewed the pages already. I don't remember doing that. But look at this. I mean, seriously. Be true to yourself always. Okay, that's good. But I would never do a page like this now, of course. But I love it. I love that I loved it back then. And it makes me so happy to see these. This here is a photo of some buttons that I made myself out of like cardboard, and I painted them and I glazed them. This is awesome. November 2014. This is really awesome to look at. So if you're just starting out with your junk journals, first of all, please keep them. Definitely keep all of them, no matter how horrible you might think they are. But hopefully you don't think they are horrible at the moment. Because looking back, you're gonna love seeing your development. Oh, yep, 3-dimensional. I used some foam tape on these. So I don't want to bore you showing too much, but I mean, this is just awesome. Some freehand, what do you call them? I forgot. You know what I mean. Vintage. I'm sorry, but this really cracks me up because I remember how much in love I was with this, because when I started discovering this, that you can do this kind of art and combine it with writing and just making art and having it all in a book. I mean, that was such a whole new world for me, and I dove into it with all my heart. Oh, speaking of hearts, this was not planned. This is great. And what I wrote about was just about my journey in creating. There was, as far as I remember, I didn't write anything like about my personal life. This was all about my creative process. Look, never stopped creating. November 2014. This cracks me up. Okay, so that was one. All right, I have to show you two. There's a pocket in here. Okay, and around the same time, so there's this vintage book, which is kind of like an altered journal. I don't have much in here, but these were just some background experiments I was doing. Obviously, all very art journal-y. I mean, I really love these. I must say, these are fabulous. But it's not something I would currently do in my journal. But I used a lot more color, obviously. Now I'm more into the natural tones. And finally, oh, here I did, so this was a vintage book, and this is the first, and I think the only cover ever that I actually painted and stamped on. How fun, how fun. And I just have a few spreads in here. Again, this is art journaling. This was 2015. And there's a Leo. I'm a Leo in the, zodiac sign. People who shine from within don't need the spotlight. There you go. Start each day with a grateful heart. Dress is supposed to be a homage to Gustav Klimt. He inspired me with his paintings to paint her dress. So that was kind of cool that was inspired by like real art. Let's say, always be yourself, and yes, unless you can be a mermaid, then always be a mermaid. Yeah, I think I was pretty proud of her when I drew her. I remember this page took me quite a long time, but I kind of like it. It's cute. What else? I lost my heart to the ocean, and with it my soul. Oh yeah, this is also pretty cool actually. It has some gold sparkly things. I'm so happy I kept these. They are strong, they are resilient. There we go. I obviously had like a gold face and metallic paint face, and I think that's it. Yep, that's it. And I did them upside down apparently because the text is upside down. Yeah, so that was a little peek. I hope you enjoyed that piece of my past. And I hope it encourages you. I'm showing you this to encourage you if you're starting to keep going. It's all part of the journey, and it's all beautiful, and it's all exciting. So don't stop. Just please, please, please keep going no matter where you are. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you guys so much. Mwah, mwah.